Hello, my name is Kevin Chaik. I am coming to you from southeastern Wisconsin. Um, I love to play golf. I love to listen to music. I love to read. I love learning. I think it's so cool because of technology how accessible we have at our fingertips to literally educate ourselves on anything and everything, especially things that are going on in the world or stuff that is relevant to current events in terms of like history, stuff that's already happened, policy, politics, controversy. Yeah. Um, let's see. I am pursuing a degree in investigative journalism. My plan after uh, I only have about 30 credits left to graduate, and after that, my goal is to get an internship with Vice News. I'm pretty conservative in terms of views, so the fact that Vice is like extremely left leaning, arguably Marxist, is not very settling, but they go where the wild things are, and that's where I want to be. I grew up on drugs, really rough stuff. And then I met Jesus. He pulled me out of it. I have had to work my tail off to cooperate with the grace that He has for a new life for me. And that being said, that's really where my heart is for people from broken places. And as a result of that, their lives don't look like we think they should. So yeah, I'm very excited to learn about everything that this class has to offer. I very recently made the decision to go into investigative journalism. I have a multitude of ministry certifications, and I have a lot of time preaching and traveling and really serving different ministries across the Midwest and the East Coast over the last 6 or 7 years. That being said, I actually initially went to Liberty after I met Jesus, but then after like 2 semesters, I stopped going to school, and not shortly after I stopped going to school, I took a job with a church in Lynchburg, and I was there for about 4 or 5 years. And then I started having some really gnarly stuff go on with my hands. I've had surgeries, I've had treatments, I've seen rheumatologists, I've seen specialists, and nothing. Basically, I only had enough money. I had just bought my first house. I got to live in it for about 14 months, and then I ran out of money. I only had enough funds for the doctors to unsuccessfully practice medicine on me for just under 2 years, at which point I could not afford my mortgage or my life in Lynchburg, so I had to sell my house, move back in with my parents in Wisconsin. And through the course of transitioning back into a community I hadn't been a part of for almost a decade, is when I really started feeling like I should check out how many credits I would have towards which specific degree completion plans, etc. And since I did so well academically back in 2014, 15, 16, I only have 30 credits basically towards whatever degree completion plan I wanted. And I've been a really good writer my whole life. But I think when I initially had such a powerful encounter with God and got pulled out of such a powerfully gnarly place, that it was going to take a few years for me to kind of work out some of I think what most of the Western church would consider like normal, very basic parts of sanctification. It took me several years to really get some of that stuff nailed down. So here we are. I'm extremely happy to be here. I'm really, fighting to have faith that I will be healed someday for my hands. But until then, I am fighting for the right perspective on things. So I'm really happy to be here. I'm really happy to learn with all of you. That's all I got. Thanks.